What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about if Johnny Depp's court cases are continuing to push Pirates 6. So this is a theory, kind of a theory that I want to be true, right? And it's something that I've floated around for the last little while. Over the last couple of weeks, we've learned that his Virginia case. So remember, there was the UK case against the Sun, and then there's also the US case, which is basically Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard, right? She wrote that piece in the Washington Post, I believe was the website, or the publication, and he's going kind of directly after her. And obviously losing the UK one, although I think a lot of us believe that he shouldn't have lost it whatsoever, obviously that hurt his career quite a bit. The US one is kind of the final, it would potentially be the final nail in the coffin, right? So I was thinking about Pirates 6, right? I've talked quite a bit about Pirates of the Caribbean. I thought, why in God's name hasn't anything really happened with this movie? For those of you guys that don't know, there's actually, from what we know, 2 Pirates movies going on at the same time. Now, one of them has been more quiet than the other, and that is this quote-unquote Pirates 6 with the original writer of the of Pirates of the Caribbean, as well as Jerry Bruckheimer obviously attached. Now, it also, by the way, has the Chernobyl director directing it. So they have the director, they have the producer, they have the writer. All of that stuff is set in stone, but we have no idea what is going on with that movie. That movie has been behind the scenes being worked on for years, and I do mean years. I think at least 1.5 to 2 years we've kind of known for a fact that, I actually feel like we're coming up on 2 years. We've known for a fact that there is a movie going on. Now, whether or not it has Johnny Depp is to be decided, and in fact, that's kind of why I believe, and again, I'm trying to will it into existence, right? Like I kind of want, I am hoping that the reason why we haven't heard anything on it is because they are still very conflicted as to what to, where to go forward, which, to be honest with you, is right now the best case scenario. The Margot Robbie one, that one is happening. There could be that argument, and you could throw that in to play devil's advocate, which would ruin my entire thing, where it's like, well, maybe they are doing that 6 Pirates, or that main installment Pirates, but then they're also, or maybe that's the, remember, because there's rumors of it being the reboot, but it could still be a soft reboot still with Johnny Depp, with Jack Sparrow. But then now there's this Margot Robbie one, which is a spin-off, which is a female-led one. And remember, this isn't, from what we know, this isn't a reboot. It is literally a spin-off. It's got none of the cast that we've seen so far in Pirates of the Caribbean. It's completely independent while stealing the name, which obviously that's what has to happen for movies like that because they lack any originality, which we've talked about that in separate videos. And, nothing, I guess, necessarily against it right now. We'll have to see how it does. So you could argue maybe they want to do that movie first, see if it's possible to do spin-offs and to kind of ignore Pirates altogether, but keep the name and have just completely different people and things happening, and see if that works. And you have Margot Robbie, you have all that. Maybe you just want to do that one. You know what I mean? Like, because it originally seemed to me like this one with Jerry Bruckheimer, like heavily attached in the Chernobyl and all that stuff. That one's coming first. Margot Robbie's is coming after. It could very well be reversed. And again, best case scenario for the one that has the potential for Johnny Depp is that it does have the potential. The longer we don't hear about it, I do feel almost better about it. You know what I mean? Because again, why haven't they said anything? I would imagine, now, okay. Obviously, the stuff that went on around the world over the last year has severely impacted pretty much everything, which includes movies that were done and were going to release, movies that were filming, and movies that were probably in pre-production or whatever you even call. I mean, when I think pre-production, I still kind of think like they're setting up, to film. This, I don't even know what you'd want to call this. This is like the planning phase of like the entire movie. That's where it was. To be honest with you, I don't think the stuff around the world would have affected that all that much, because you're writing scripts, you're maybe getting the budget together, you're getting kind of all the pieces in place. Doesn't really require you to be close to people, doesn't require you to be on a set or anything like that. Now, again, maybe they could have gone to the next phase during this last year, and now they can't because of, all that stuff. But, what I mean? So it's a little confusing as to what phase that movie is in. But I would say, as things open back up, it's not even an excuse anymore, especially for Hollywood. Hollywood obviously has privileges us, the everyday people, don't have. They're able to record TV shows. They're able to record movies. They're allowed to do all that stuff. No, no problem. No questions asked, right? So, if they were actually ready to film, like, right away, they would, because other films and other TV shows and all that stuff, they're all doing it. So I would like to believe that there's still... Jerry Bruckheimer is one of the biggest supporters of Johnny Depp, all right? And that's definitely a good thing. Him, Tim Burton, there's a couple others, but Jerry Bruckheimer has always had his back. They've always been close. He's always said, no pirates on TV and no Pirates of the Caribbean without Jack Sparrow. So, I want to believe that. Obviously, the Margot Robbie one proves that is flat out, not the case, right? Maybe he lost that war. Maybe Disney said, hey, look, like, we're going to do more, but you can't bring Johnny along, and maybe he bowed down to them, whatever happened. But he's always been one of, if not the biggest supporter. I truly hope that they're just kind of waiting, and they're saying, okay, like, if we can get Johnny, we're going to throw him in. I've said for a while, I hope, and I do believe, when you write movie scripts, there is more than one, and it goes through multiple editing. You can have dozens of scripts for a movie. Obviously, you can have way less than that. You can maybe nail on the first try, but you're not set in stone with one script. So what I would like to believe is they came together and they have a couple different ideas of, okay, main installment Pirates movie without Johnny Depp. Main installment Pirates movie with him in it, but not the main. Main installment Pirates movie with Johnny Depp as the main, as, Jack Sparrow, and he is kind of the focus point of that movie. I'd like to believe there's at least 2, if not 3, versions of whatever they have planned for, again, quote-unquote, Pirates 6. And the only reason I call it that is, again, soft reboot, but it's in the Pirates franchise, and they're bringing back kind of the original crew, right? So, like, it seems to me like they want it, or at least they originally wanted it to be maybe the conclusion. Like, hey, let's bring back the people that know what they're doing, that did 1 through 3, which is a phenomenal trilogy. Let's not bring back 4 and 5, and let's end this the way, we feel the most right, from the people that maybe know these characters the best. You know what I mean? That's, again, the kind of the sense I got. Now, again, obviously not everybody is coming back, but that's the sense I got going into, again, the pre-planning phase of this movie. With his court cases continually getting pushed. Remember, they're kind of all gotten pushed. The Sun one, I think that one was delayed, like, in the beginning of it, like, it was supposed to actually happen earlier. Obviously, this Virginia one was supposed to be this May of 2021. Now it's next year. Now it's 2022. Now, that could be because of and that's the thing, too, is, like, he's still technically in movies. Like, Johnny Depp did have a movie that just came out. He still is, from what we believe or what we know, he still is, like, applying in Hollywood, right? Like, he could be in Tim Burton stuff. He could be this. He could be that. So, like, he's still doing stuff. So it's not like you need the court case in order to do it. However, it does seem like with Disney that is the case. They could be saying, yeah, you know what? You could be this character, you could be that character, do whatever you want in TV shows and movies, but if you want to work for us, if you want to be in Pirates, that case needs to go your way. Whatever ends up happening. Obviously, again, though, Amber just gets to kind of walk around, be an Aquaman too. And again, like, if she's doing stuff, if she's booking roles, like, will the court case be delayed even further? Eventually, it just becomes annoying. It already is annoying, but it becomes even more annoying. And it's like, well, why don't you just... I don't even know, because I get it. If you hire him, it's basically the Grindelwald situation again, only it's not WB, right? You have him be Jack, you have him maybe be in the role, maybe you get so close to actually filming, and then something happens with the court case, and then they have to fire him. And that, by the way, they should not fire him. We've talked about that 1,000 times, but, like, that's the way that these stupid, evil corporations end up going, right? So I am an optimistic person by trade, and I do think it is odd that not only has it been years since they've put together this team to work on this next Pirates movie, but in that time, they still haven't done, they've literally done nothing with it. Like, we've heard zero from that, project since then. And since then, we've also gotten rumors of the universe is expanding. Remember, there is a rumor that there's going to be 10 projects in the Pirates of the Caribbean universe, so 9 besides that movie, I guess 8 if you don't count Margot Robbie's movie, right? So we have that. We have Margot Robbie's movie, which appeared and seems to be, like, going forward faster than the other movie, even though Margot Robbie's movie was announced, like, a year after that. So, you know what I mean? There's a lot of things that are happening where it's like, okay, it feels like they're waiting. That literally, it feels like they're sitting there. They have what they need, or they know what they want, whatever you want to say, but they don't have the okay yet, or they're literally waiting for something to happen, which is probably has to do with their main man, right, Johnny Depp. So that's what I'd like to believe. I hope we get news this year. I hope you get Johnny Depp in this year. There's no need to wait. In my opinion, there's zero need to wait, but we are not these evil corporations. So let me know in the comments below, guys. What do you think? Do you think his court cases are impacting that movie? Do you think they are? Do you think that movie basically is also waiting for him? Let me know. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed. Make sure you guys have the bell icon turned on so you know all these videos go up. And if you guys want to subscribe to my second channel, we're getting very, very close to 3,000 subscribers over there. It's called Podcast Now Plus. I'll leave a link for it in the description below. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching, supporting me in whichever way that you do. I really, really do appreciate it. I hope to see you all on the next video.